fault because I was recording videos again. There we go. The joys of me. There. Right, here we go. Can you hear me now? It's all good. So, 2.0.6. Alright. Actually going to have to... yeah, should be okay. Mic. There we go then. It's all good. James Benedict. Get later. Alright. All good. So after my screw up once again. This happens quite a lot, isn't there? It happens a lot. Right. Awesome. So, 2.0.6 is live now on PTB. So it's being publicly tested on the Hydroneer Discord. If you want to get in on this, you have to go to the Hydroneer Discord. You have to go into the... You have to test the game. Alright? Make sure things are working. So first off, we're going to go through the splitter, which this is your bog standard splitter and only works that one way. So you have to have that facing that way and then you're all good, right? With the new one, it now sort of works directional wise as well. For some reason, it looks different. It doesn't look any different, but as you can see, standard actually works that way instead of working the other way. So it's a little bit different. It's just so things can work better. Enjoy. Right. Next is the conveyor merger. I can bring this in and show you what it looks like. So the conveyor merger, it looks a little bit funky, but what it actually does is pretty cool. So what we can do is, let's say there's another conveyor belt parked right here. So instead of using a vertical to feed onto another conveyor belt now, you can just use a conveyor merger. So this means it just plops dirt onto another belt. Obviously it has to be feeding to that belt. I'll show you a little bit later on a bigger build of it actually working, but it's a pretty handy little bit of kit. Instead of using like a vertical to drop onto something else, it's actually pretty cool. I actually really enjoy using it. Dirt tiers have now destructible diggable dirt texture, and I'm gonna have to move like save to show this, because I've dug a massive hole through the land on one of my other saves. I can now show you the different layers of tiered dirt, and it's pretty cool because you now know which tier you're on. So this is my big build. These are the conveyor mergers actually working on belts now, and the reason why this works is there's optimization in the game. I can now run 240 drills at about 19 FPS. It's fantastic. But the one reason why we're over here is I want to show you the dirt texture now. So tier 1, tier 2. So look, tier 1's a bit bumpy, tier 2's smooth, tier 3 actually looks like a cave. I like it, personally. It looks alright down here. It's quite nice. So now we actually have like staged tiers. And then when you actually dig, the nuggets you're getting come off in different colours as well. So you know how far down you're digging because of the different tiers of dirt. So there you go, new stuff. A creative hard hat. So the creative hard hat is pretty cool. It's this. So when you wear the hat, you pick up an item and put it down, and then I get spawned another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. And the only how to get a new item is to basically pick up a different item, and then I can lay that one down. So it's all good. There you go. New hat, new everything. Ooh, shiny, shiny. What else have we got? We've got holding control by default reverses RTY. Not really worried about that. That's just something that somebody requested and got chucked into the game. Now drop, we do have a drop reticle. So when you go into your settings now, you can go over to here, go to gameplay, and now we can change the colour of our drop reticle. Isn't that no? That's cool, isn't it? It's just little things that just like, you know what, this isn't bad. So when I want to drop something, you see my little blue circle now. I know, funny little customizations like that makes the world a better place. Added auto save intervals. So now instead of saving every 5 minutes, we can now save 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, or off. So it'll be up to you to save your game. I'm personally going to keep it on 5 minutes. That's just me. So that's just something else you've got there as well. Store tool bags now, tooltips now appear in the vehicle store. So you know when it came up with like this is a pickaxe in the store, you can now do that with the trucks. It tells you that this truck is faster than the original one. Windows hotbar item is no longer the default Unreal Engine icon. So now we actually have a, you can't see this, but on my toolbar I actually have a different icon instead of just the bog standard like Unreal logo. That's just something they did cosmetically for you to determine which game you're playing. Land claims can now be purchased for free in creative mode. So if you're in creative mode, you don't have to buy a plot of land anymore. You can just walk up to it and push the button and that land instantly becomes yours. So if you're a creative player, you just go, yay, done, fantastic. Gameplay options can toggle sprint and crouch. I never really use this. So I'm gonna, I think it's in here. Sprint and crouch, you can now toggle these as well. But there you go. For me, it doesn't really worry me, but it is there for you guys to use. Sound effects of opening and closing house doors. I don't know if you can hear that. There we go. Fantastic. Okay. So there's basically a load of fixes. Harvester improvements to prevent dirt clogging. So if there's any problems with like the dirt like clogging up on top still, those have been fixed as well. Harvesters are now affected by pressure and produce better resources. I will be testing this, don't worry. I have a test bench fully ready to do all pressure testing. Pipes occasionally locking up. So if you ever basically like, let's say this was attached to a drill and then all of a sudden the drill stopped working and there was no water flowing through that pipe, you'd pick it up and it was like, well, it still works, blah, blah, and then it would stop working, so it locks up. And the only way to fix that would be to basically come off the game, reload the game, and then come back, and then all of a sudden the pipe would work again, or like so that's been fixed now. It's been properly done and it's all good. So it's fantastic. Also with the sorters, that's why I've put this way, because it now sorts just this way instead of the other way. Moving far away from dig site will no longer fudge. That's actually the description on the piece of paper. Will no longer fudge collisions while machinery is running. So technically, and I haven't tested this because I'm still scared of this game when you walk away from the dig site. Technically, the game shouldn't get anything stuck to your conveyor belts while you're shopping. Take that with a pinch of salt just in case it happens to you. I'm not going to test that because I have mods installed, and mods can still have like a problem with actually doing stuff in the game. The reason why I have mods installed is I will show you later, because we'll get around to one of my more favourite things about this game. Logic weight reader no longer outputs with a comma, so you can go above 999 up to 1000 and so on and so forth. The logic weight reader now shows the input output arrows correctly, which is good. Fixed an issue with logic smelter, would not take damage. Basically, the logic smelter was temperamental. Sometimes it would take damage, sometimes it wouldn't. Now it will, constantly. So if you're a logic smelting person, it's gonna hurt. So you're gonna start losing your durability on your auto smelters until you start actually doing things properly by setting up an auto repair or repairing it yourself with spanners. Improvements to loading the game files with larger amounts of items. You know that massive funnel I'm building? Yeah, that was part of the test of like building big. Thankfully, it now works, so things don't just randomly disappear from the level. It's all good. Improvements of loading, yeah. Save dirt chunks, raw resources, gameplay option now working as intended. So occasionally there were problems with like dirt saving and dirt not saving, even if you pushed the save button. So when you came into your settings and you went into gameplay, and when you have like save dirt chunks, occasionally you would push that button and it still wouldn't do it. Now it does. It's all good. So yeah, I'm basically just running through all the patch notes that I've got here. Storage items no longer occasionally cause the game to lag. Yeah, because you know how bad that was. It's all good. Visual fix, conveyor shredders, T1 drum now spins in the correct direction. So if anybody ever noticed, this never went the right way. Now it does. So yeah, it was just a visual fix. It's all good. Store tooltip size expanded. So again, when you look at something in the shop and it comes up with a little dialogue box of like what's what, this right. So if you want to get onto this, you have to be on the Hydroneer Discord. You have to actively go into the public branch, but you have to be actively testing the game. You can't just go, oh, I've got an update, and then go off and play it. if you opt in to publicly test the game, you have to share your notes with things that are broken and everything else. You literally have to do things 1,000 times over and over again to make sure they work properly. It's boring as hell, but if you're interested in making this game better, that's the way to do it. Okay? Where can we get this patch notes? You can only get them if you join the public test branch. You have to test the game physically. You don't just sit there and have fun with it. You have to test it. It's not a live, okay? That's the problem with it. If you want to be part of this test, you have to test things. Okay? It's not just go on and have a laugh, basically. Yeah, it won't show the notes until you actually go into the public test branch. So you physically have to go onto the Hydroneer Discord and test the game. I'm just going through the notes that I've pulled off of it because I'm allowed to. That's what Max told me I can do. Players can now fish at world bounds. Basically just means you can fish further out. That's all that means. Just means you've got a bit more place to fish. It's all good. Okay, changes. The first one is going to piss people off. And I really, really mean this. This was one thing I tested on here. So the first change was Cloutium can only be found underground level using drills. So I wasn't able to dig up Cloutium with a hand. It will still spawn in pans, but it's harder to find still. But if you put your drill, let me just, where's a spare harvester or something I can just like place? Basically, if you put your drill on this level, you'll be fine. If you put your drill up here, it won't spawn Cloutium anymore. So if you're doing a sky build like gravity feeds and you're going high, you won't get Cloutium anymore. So you have to have ground level or below in order to get Cloutium. Gem prices and spawn rates have been changed. Onyx is still expensive and rare than rubies, sapphires and emeralds. Basically you just get more of certain items, just the joys of Hydroneer. Drills and harvesters have now been a limit and the amount of pressure that it can take. Right. Now, if you were in my live streams over the last couple of weeks, I was warning people about this. And the reason why is because of this one thing. If you put Cloutium piping into the back of a drill, like a tier 1 drill, it will steam. It will have problems. The reason why is because it's a tier 1 drill. The cap has now been fixed at 180%. You can run Cloutium into it as much as you want, but you will only get 180% out of, well, 177 out of your tier 1 drill. It won't go above that anymore, and all you'll get is just steam plumes. So if you want to change over your drills now, I would do it, or be happy with just the noise and the steam, and yeah, fun and games. Fun. Placement grid is now more subtle. As you can see, it's less like in your face. It's been faded out around the edges now, so it's not as sort of intrusive, which is good. Let's go. Sail signs no longer have metal bands, so yeah, it basically just makes things more visible in game. Creative invincibility filter remodeled, and I gotta admit, I like it. This is the infinity filter. I prefer this over the free bongo drums we had before, because the bongo drums were sort of, well, they were a bit crappy, weren't they? If I'm going to be honest. Hourglass pausing time now saves. So what the hourglass does now, when you come in and out of Hydroneer, you don't have to push the pause button anymore. It will save that, it will carry on, you'll be happy, and it's like, yay, it now finally works properly, and it's all good. So that's a bonus. It means you don't have to keep resetting it. Fantastic. The cottage and wooden wall windows now have glass. Oh yes, they do. They actually physically have glass now. And the iron ones have now got bars on them. So now you can build prisons. Scales now rotated to align with the grid. So instead of putting scales down at funny directions, they now grid, so they're now straight instead of wonky. So one thing that I wanted to test with you guys was the actual pressure. Well, not the pressure, but the speed of this game. So I see no reason to use Cloutium for tier 1. People did, because Cloutium used to, because it's all been fixed now. Cloutium power used to push a tier 1 drill past 180% and make it work at the same speed as a tier 2 drill. Now it doesn't, and it works perfectly. So I want to show you this, and the reason why I want to show you this is because this is 240 drills. Now 240 drills, I could never get this close to it before, Oh no, I've done something with my... I don't need to do studio mode. Thank you. Right. So, with 240 drills, it never used to work properly. It used to lag like an absolute beast. Now it sort of runs at about... It runs at between 19 and 24 FPS. But it's the noise that basically is here. Don't worry, these will cause a problem, and the reason why is because I'm using mods. So it will break certain bits of the coding. You'll see just bits of gem just fly off down the side. I already know why it's happening. Don't worry about it. It's actually fixed. It's just because I'm using mods. So, as you can see, I'm running 240 drills with no major problems. I know some people can't do this, and I get it, because you know some people's computers can't run this sort of build, but it is generally working quite nicely. And let me just bring in a cap. But yeah, I'm actively testing mods because of this. Interesting. Is it because I'm not in creative mode? I should have a flying cap somewhere. Just got to find one. So yeah, I mean, at the moment, it's running all right, and I'm just running around. Right, there's one. Right. So that is 240 drills. Basically running almost perfectly. Yeah, so that is the new merger belt. I've literally just covered everything that's new in this. There is one thing that I haven't shown you guys, and I'm still sitting there going, this could be something new. So what I will do is I will show you this now. Let me just turn my drills off. So yeah, this little thing's a merger belt. Absolutely adorable. It's fantastic, and it works. Don't worry if it's not working properly. It's because I'm using mods. If it's broken, it's because of mods. Don't worry. But yeah, the dirt's like it's going through properly now. It just flows. This is 240 drills working perfectly for me. So this means that even if you're running a potato computer, you can still run sort of like a fairly decent build size now. I'm expecting most people, even on low-end computers, can run up to nearly 100 drills without many other problems. So it's all optimization that's making things look good now. Let me just drop my notes and I can read chat properly. So it's all good. Right. So I need you to... I'm going to show you something that is puzzling me. And the reason why is because Max isn't telling anybody what it's for. He's just saying it's a new thing that's in the game. And that's this thing over here. This is a brand new thing that's coming to the game. And no one knows what quite it is. It's all under construction. It's all brand new, but it's coming soon. And it's like, I want to know what this is. If this is like a brand new building function for the game, I'm already really enjoying this. This isn't a mod, by the way. This is a brand new area that's going to be added to the game at some point, and I have no idea what it is. So from a Hydroneer perspective, it's pretty exciting because it's brand new. And it's like, Urgh! So yeah, basically, all of this stuff that's being shown off in this video is on the public test branch. No, it's not tier 3. Don't forget, tier 3 isn't going to be happening until almost the end of the year. Alright? So keep that in mind. Don't forget, the first thing that's going to be coming out is farming. So I reckon this is going to be like barn making, that sort of thing. It has nothing to do with tier 3. Right, so tier 3 out of your brains. If you watch the video with Max talking about tier 3, it's not coming out till after the farming update. So the farming update has to come out first. But this is quite interesting because it's more building functions. So, I don't know. So this might be farming, or it might be barn making, or it could be a quarry because of like the parcels of stone. These are stone parcels. This could be a quarry for us to build more things out of stone, maybe. I don't know. But it's all pretty exciting. The mining cars, yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's all speculation now. And we're like, oh my god, what could be happening? So, yeah, it's very, very new. Very everything. Now, what I haven't done is I haven't looked around. So, if we find anything else new on my travels now, then we're all good. So, we'll go in Ice Helm and see if there's anything up here. It's just a car wash. How you doing, Itchy? But yeah, the idea today is to literally just go through a couple of things to see if there's anything new and new optimization. The game just runs a lot smoother as well. Obviously, it's still in sort of like testing branch, but I'm expecting this to come out very soon because there was a few of us that have been testing this game for about a week and a half now, and we didn't really find many problems, and we were pushing the game. You know, I mean, I was pushing my 240 build. I was loading into the funnel. Things were washing properly, and it was working. It was good. So, is the pipe? Yeah, the pipe stuff's been fixed well. I've just run that build, and there's no lag problems. So yeah, that's been doing it. The build by crate had update, and no longer will dump it into each crate. Don't forget, all updates and stuff are going to be a bit sticky as well. Maybe a quarry. Yep, well that's what my idea was as well. But yeah, I'm going to go and have a look around Bridgeport for a minute, and then I want to show you the best. Actually, you know what? We'll do that now. Let me just go back to my plot, and then see, it looks pretty cool from up here. The reason why I want to show you what I'm just about to show you is the new logic section. There's a new thing in the logic section that is, for me, it was a big thing because it's something that I wasn't going to carry on my build until something got fixed, and it's the lights. Now, lights were an absolute nightmare. If you remember my old build, I had that room with like disco lighting, and then lag just took over completely. So let me just type in. Should we go 255 100? Thank you very much for subscribing, much appreciated. So let's just do this. So as you can see, these are working perfectly. So this is my Steam build. Alright, so the Steam build is now working properly. Lights are working. But these are new brand spanking new lights. Now, Itchy has chucked in a couple of mods where I'm actually able to choose a colour. I'm actually able to choose a desired colour now. So I'm going to stick these on. Let's go red with that one. And let's go pink for shits and giggles, shall we? So it should go pink, green, and then I'm going to take this off, put this on. So the lighting effects now work properly. So this means that it's all working, and it looks so nice. But that's not the main thing. That's not the big thing down here. So it means that the builds can now be properly lit and it all looks good. Let me just turn these off. This is the one that I really like. My main light switch. How cool does that look? To put this now into perspective, I can now turn my gamma down to 0 and walk around. It's going to lag a little bit on stream because it is unoptimized and I am using mods, but it's so nice. It just makes the game pop a bit more, and lighting looks good. So yeah, it's been good. I have VSync on, multi-monitor. Yeah, I'm literally just running. It just looks so nice. So let me just turn this off because I'm using mods. This is going to be causing a little bit of lag. So let me just turn this off a second. And then let me just turn up my gamma again because at the moment, yeah, it's because I'm using mods. That's the reason. If there's a problem, it's because of that. This was the circuitry to run all my lights. I finished this today because I knew this patch was going live, and I was like, oh yeah. But yeah, it's pretty cool. But it's just so. But I really like this. I really like the fact that I can now have an RGB build and it flickers through the cycle. But yeah, it's just it's adding really nice lighting to the world now. And they're brighter as well. They're not like just one tiny blip. But yeah, it's very cool. We don't need VR at all. But yeah, the lighting is, these bulbs are so cool. They run straight into a logic. So if you put like a logic T pipe in, you can just plug all these into the walls, and it just makes the world brighter. I did have loads of them up, and I was like, it was too bright for even me. But this just makes everything just pretty cool. So yeah, now I can actually light my builds properly as well. Add a disco ball. Hey, chuck in suggestion, you never know. And there you go. That's basically everything that I've gone through with the new stuff. But it's definitely making the game a lot better. Like the optimizations they've put in to make things run even better now, it gives me a better hope that even people on smaller computers can run this a bit better, and they can generally just run happier stuff and enjoy the game more with less lag. You know, that's the big thing. It's just trying to get people to actually enjoy it. And so I hope showing you all these and actually showing what's coming out for this game, it's going all good, and it gives you a couple more ideas of how you can light up your builds, how you can sort of like lay things out and get things working properly. And now you can no, the new patch doesn't come out today. It comes out very soon though. It's going through public test branch now. So basically the public are testing this game in the Hydroneer Discord. Obviously if you go into this, you're gonna have to test the game. So what I will do after this is I'm going to be uninstalling all my mods and just going through bits and pieces to see if anything works again. I've got a couple of hours, so I'll be testing this game. But I was doing this like a week and a half ago, and there was no problems then. We found a few little bits and pieces, but nothing major. And even now, the testers are going through things, and I'm reading some of the notes, and there's not a lot really wrong with the game there. So crossing my fingers that this should go out quite quick as well. Have you heard about the mining cars yet? Like the ones before 2.0. They were a really old version of this game. Max said that he was never going to add them in. I lost my save game. It corrupted even the back. Oh, crap. That sucks, man. Just turning in. Looks like I missed it. Can you repeat everything? You can just start again. It's all good. Dutch Duke. Is the clearance issue between a block of dirt solved? What do you mean by that? How was my day? My day's been alright, but I've been faffing around. In fairness, I've been faffing around with lights a lot at the moment. Not sure what you mean by the clearance issue, but I want to show you one other thing. Oh, so the last thing that I'm gonna be recording this video tomorrow. It's gonna take me a long time to do this one. So this is my pressure test. I want to make sure that pressure is completely covered. So on the left hand side I have every single drill going from 170, 177 all the way down to 0. The Cloutium stuff I haven't put drills in yet because I wanted to show you this. Every single one of these has got a number next to it. And every single one, this is the pressure that drill will have. And then what I'm going to be doing is testing the pressure on every single thing that I can think of. And then when I come over here, I'm going to be testing the harvester at specific points of pressure to make sure we're getting the most amount of money. The rake is meant to be better. Let me just spawn one in and we'll go from there, shall we? So the dull rake. Now you can't dig with this anymore. You can only level things off. So you can't go down. So if you want to level things off properly, this rake is good for just leveling things off. But it doesn't do anything else. So if you dig down, it'll level off this one thing. It won't dig for you. So it's all good. It just means that it will work properly instead of like and basically screwing up. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting into this tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be working my arse off getting this done because I have to write down all my results to prove that it all basically works. Every single drill is set up exactly the same. and every single counter has been set up exactly the same. It's got a reset switch for 0. It's a lot of work that I'm going to be doing, but I want to do this properly to basically so I never have to have the argument of what pressure does what ever again, basically. Wish the rake mod was a single rake. Take it up with the modder. He made it. It's all good. The rake is a digging tool. Yeah, it's not anymore. It's just for flattening. Sorry. Does the rake level the ceiling? Yes, it does. So I can show you that on a different build. So like I said, I've been in and out of different places doing different tests on different things. So if we go into my new lab, I can show you what I was doing underground with the new rake. So what I was doing here was I was messing around with the rake underground as well. So I flattened out bits of this ceiling with the rake. I flattened this out with the rake. That's tier 3 soil. So all this has been smoothed off with the new rake. So that's all good. Also, just because apparently people asked for this feature, you know, I mean, yeah, I don't know why, but now all you have to do is hold down the button and you can just mine and not have to keep clicking. So instead of installing an auto clicker, we now have, you just hold down the button and it works and it's awesome. So there you go, guys. All you have to do is hold down the button and it's all good. Well, the pickaxe is a digging tool and so is the shovel. So yeah, these little squares that are in like this was me trying to mess around with it all basically. You don't have to click, you just hold it down. Beautiful, innit? Fire salm in the ground level where the water is where the forge is to spawn Cloutium. So basically the way that spawning Cloutium works is you have to be digging in ground. You can't just have a drill suspended anymore. If you have a drill suspended above the ground level, it won't mine Cloutium because it's just not on the registry level anymore. Yep, soil is different in tier 3. Oh, thank you very much, Max. Most appreciated. So down here, I can show you again. I'll show you. This is like up there's tier 1. This is tier 2, and this is tier 3. I like this because tier 3 now has a bit more character. It turns it into a bit more of an actual cave, almost dungeon-like, which is what I really like. So there you go. Look. This is ideal actually. Look. Tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. You can now see the physical difference. Now when you mine tier 1 and tier 2, you get different colours of rock basically. Those tier 1, oh hold on. Right. Well, I'm being okay, so give me a it's because I'm using mods. I'm not gonna try and prove my point. But Max is saying that these won't actually produce Cloutium. There you go. I mean, technically these were below the actual like level because of how wobbly South Hope is, and you didn't mention that. But yeah, even now I haven't got any Cloutium. We can run this now. Actually, even with mods, this should work. Is there any way to get that build of the game? Yeah, you have to go and be a tester. But as you can see, there's barely any clout. There's no Cloutium coming off this line. Oh, the reason why that's such a big nugget is because I had to mod one in to get a piece of Cloutium. So try and spawn in a bit of dirt. Give me a second. Can I actually spawn in dirt? Huh? Let me just get rid of that onyx. I don't think I can spawn in certain things. Because this is just like dirt quality. Know what I mean? So I don't know. Need a brush now. And now I can't spell. It's amazing. So the dirt quality just gives me like brand new stuff. What I can do, give me a second. I think I need to be on that side, don't we? Go down. Right, I need a pan. How do I delete items? It's a mod. Right, so that is tier 2. Let's go and wash it. I just had to watch 5 ads to start watching this. Really? I mean, that's not me, that's YouTube. Like, I've got a button to turn on ads. I ain't turned them on. That's a big piece of Jonga's gold. There you go. So this little bit of gold just come from tier 2. Yep. 4.23. Nugget size looks a little bit bigger as well, so well done. But yeah. But even so, look, no cloutium. No cloutium. So Max is right on this. Even with mods, and I'm sort of like, yeah, these drills, top level soil, aren't getting cloutium. So if you're going to build with tier 1, you have to go down a little bit just to start getting cloutium. And this is going to annoy people when they first start playing this game. And the reason why that's going to happen is because obviously there are people who are like, well, I want to rush for cloutium. I want to get the most cloutium. Unfortunately, that's not really going to happen if you're banging around on top level anymore. So even when you're at like Ember Cradle, you have to go down a couple of levels just to start digging cloutium out. If not, you're going to have basically a build where you won't get cloutium. Alright, so if you basically read what Max said, you want to set to a 16 plus for tier 3. Give me a second. Can we actually can I actually do that? Dirt 16. Yep. There we go. When you spawn dot, I might select the quantity. Here you go. So this is 16 plus. Where to put my brush? So this is apparently the level 16 piece of dirt. So this is 4.54 ounces pounds. I'm not going to keep doing that just to do that properly though. Oh my god. Well, apparently people got on ads, yeah. I didn't put ads in, so YouTube are doing that for me. Thank you very much, YouTube. So let's do 20. So this is a level 20 piece of dirt. There's iron again. So that's 5.12 pounds, which sounds about right. That sounds like it's the bottom of tier 2. So the only way to do that is to actually, I'd have to mine tier 3, but I can't mine tier 3. The only way to do it is spawn in. Oh, okay, right. Give me a second then. What we'll do is we'll do a level 1. So that's level 1. If we do like a level 10. And then we'll do a level 21. There you go. That's the difference in dirt now. Yeah. So level 25. Let's do 25. I want to see if the dirt, because the thing is these have to be massive. I mean, the dirt things have to be at least £6. Has to be. Let's just pop this in here. Oh, big chunky bits of gold and iron. Well, I haven't turned them off, but I haven't put them on either. So that's 5.5 ounces of gold for 94 coin. That's 5.6. And that's 5.5. So, yeah, that's all right. I would have, in all honesty, if you want my perspective on that, then Max, because we were able to be mining around £5 of like a nugget from tier 2. What's the major incentive to get down to tier 3 if they're only like 5.5 by 5.6? I don't know, and this it just needs more balancing. But unless you're balancing all the dirts out, which means then we have to go through like testing for that as well. But yeah, it's all good. Yeah, £15 from one chunk of dirt. That's pretty damn good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. And because if dirt was coming out that chunky, then you would start needing grinders. Unfortunately, we're still getting little chunks. I'm hoping as you go down deeper, then we'll start getting out bigger pieces. I could test that with this actually. Let me just reconnect my Cloutium. We need that. How many valves have I got on this epoxy thing? Right, let's just take that off. Take that off. Huh? So this is a tier 2 machine working at maximum tier 2 depth. And maximum pressure as well, because now pressure is a thing. So let me just turn this off. So we'll take this top side. And we'll stick it on the scales. What's my favourite change? Lights. Lights work. I'm happy. Genuinely, lights were a bit of a pain in the ass. So there you go. £4.5 from that. 4.5. Nugget size seems to be a bit bigger as well, so that'll be fun. Yeah, that's interesting. 4.3. Okay, so nuggets have been decreased. Yeah, they're almost 5, but they're not quite. I like it. It just means there is a reason to go down now. Oh, good. Oh, would I stop spawning stuff in? But yeah, look, I told the game to get rid of that. Thank you. But yeah, lighting is definitely that one thing. So I'm going to show you this one more time before I'm going to disappear off, because this is only like to show all of these new features and the new thing. And I'm really confused about obviously the new section of the game that it just says coming soon to Hydroneer near you. The lighting is something that made me go ooh, and the reason why is because it works. Like I said, it's nice that this now works and it doesn't cause lag. So for all the people out there who want like an LED build and you want to be able to change your colours and so on, this should start. Oh, it's because I put it on the bottom one. Give me a sec. Let me put it on the top. Start ticking. There you go. It just adds a little bit more mood lighting now. I like this. And because these are, I'm not sure if Itchy put these in or they're part of the game, because I've got mods installed. I don't know. But yeah, I can now check because he's put these in. This was a request from me because I don't want to keep putting RGB coding in. It just annoyed me a bit more. I was like, so can you make me a color wheel? And he was like, yeah, I'll make you a color wheel. But that's pretty cool. I like this. So let me just turn that off. And then off. And then they all go off. But again, my one favorite feature of this whole thing is this. Like, lights are the best thing in the world. They really are. Now, I'm hoping this doesn't crash my game, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put MSI Afterburner on. And last time I did this, when I was doing this live, it crashed. So let me just go into my settings, set up my on screen. Yep, that's that one. Fantastic. F1. Oh, come on. Come on. So now, I mean, it may be lagging a little bit on the stream, like when it comes to the video and stuff, but I'm running at basic, because I cap it as 60 FPS. The FPS used to drop right out the bottom when this happened. When is this coming out? I reckon it'll come out in the next week. And the reason why is because it's now in public test branch now. I was told by Max I could come on and actually show people what's going on, which is good. Also, you know, showing people talking through things and all the other stuff. So the main big test would be, can I run all of these light bulbs with this? And does it really affect? They work a damn sight better than they used to. So these are new lights that are coming into the game. Everything that I've been showing off tonight is brand new. The best part about this is this bit. Is that's really warm lighting. So now I can actually run around. I mean, it's probably going to drop a little bit because there's quite a lot going on now. But it just you don't even have to have it up a lot anymore. It's just quite nice. And that's running at 60 FPS now. No, these right, okay, the giant lights are not a mod. They are in the game. They're going to be in the game very, very soon. But yeah. So these are brand new lights. They're actually going to be sold in the electric shop. I'll show you now. Let me just if we just fly over there. F7. Oh yeah, apparently I can't bring up. It might be like it's not quite there. If you turn on into the spotlight, you can. Yeah. Do they shut off? No, you have to turn them on and off. It's a proper light. So they're basically, because at the moment the game is in public test. So if you're part of the Hydroneer Discord, anyone can join the public Discord, and you go into PTB, which is public test branch, and you can test the game. But when you test the game, you physically have to test the game. If not, there's no point in you being in it, because you just have to keep rinsing and repeating until things break. When things are broken, it's all good. I see a maximum 50 FPS from both lights. Yeah, so that's because I limit the game. I mean, if you give me a second, let me just... The reason why I limit the game is because I turn VSync off because I do massive testing. If I test it up now... There we go. So wherever I look, that FPS is going up and down, but it's all stuttery. It's because I stream. So when I'm streaming, I always limit I limit everything because I prefer the game to run instead of die. There you go. That's where I like it. But these are where the lights are, the logic clamps. This is a brand new logic color pad that's a mod, so you can actually get you can get this now. That you can't until this game comes out. Itchy has also bought in the master switch, which is a radio control where you can turn things on and off depending on where you're standing. There's also these brand new logic divides and multipliers as well, and these are a quite interesting thing as well. These are a logic sender, so you can do stuff wirelessly. So you've got all these little new bits and pieces that are mods and all the other stuff that's coming out. It's genuinely just getting there, and it's, you know, the game is becoming a bit more sort of like included. Your main lights don't turn on simultaneously. Did you add a delay? Yes, I did. I added a 1 second delay, so they did that thing. Yes. That was basically what I wanted to do. I wanted them to be on delay because that's just the joys of me. But yeah, the game is being expanded out. This new patch, which is 2.0.6, I'm reckoning it should be out in the next week. I mean, I personally have been testing it for about a week and a bit now, because obviously some of us got a little bit early access so we can actually like test things before other people, because we do a lot more like vigorous testing than others. But there are a lot more people now publicly testing this game in the Discord. And if you've got a problem with it, you talk about it, and then things can get fixed going in. But I mean, we were faffing around with it for about a week, and I think we only found like a couple of little things that were broken. But the pressure glitches fixed, the pressure problems were fixed. Anybody who was running Cloutium piping on like tier 1 drills is about to have a headache. And I'm gonna the part, I know it sounds horrible, but I'm gonna laugh at it, because I was telling people to change their pipes a week and a half ago, but nobody was taking my subtle hint as serious. But now you will, because when you go downstairs and see all your tier 1 pipes just pluming with steam, it's definitely one of those things. Okay, so Grandma Max recently said tier 3 equipment is coming before the end of this year. When do you personally think it would happen? So what he actually said, and I quote because I put it in a video, was tier 3 will be coming by the end of the year, but I'm not going to put an official timeline on it because, well, you know, it's Hydroneer and you know what we're like for time. The reason why is because obviously things have been delayed before and so on and so forth. My prediction was September, but with the farming update coming out at some point, I'm putting my guess back to around sort of December, November time. And the reason why is because it's going to be a lot of work for them. And honestly, I know how long it takes for this game to be messed with. You know, I've been in this community for 2 years, and I've been watching the game slowly being developed and how quick Max puts updates in and makes sure things are sort of working properly and so on. Yeah, I'm reckoning like end of the year you'll see tier 3. So you've got like 6 months between now and then, but you've also got this update going in, so there's more stuff to play with. The mod shop, the mods are always there's always more mods going into the game as well. And you've also got the farming update coming in at some point, and this like weird update thing over here, which we're not sure what it is. So yeah. How does the floating drill no Cloutium rule apply to place underneath the forge? Well, that's fine. So what you have to consider with the forge build is that you're building horizontally. So at tier 1, you'll be fine, because underground it doesn't matter. It's a horizontal build. It's not a vertical build. So the way that place works is you're working backwards, not up and down. Icehelm is going to be the same as all the other places. It's just you have to consider working a different angle instead of working like a miner going up and down. What do you mean by floating drill? Well, basically what he means is if your drill is floating above level. So actually, give me a sec. Let's go up to Icehelm and I'll show you. All right. Yeah, this is the thing where you don't know what's going on. So more questions the better, but I genuinely think it might be for a building thing, you know, because obviously like farming. I'm going that way. Ice helm. So with ice helm, how this works is that it doesn't matter where you build in ice helm because you're building in the lot. If that makes sense. So if you were to build outside of the dig area, it's okay. There's no full damage, you'll be fine. Right. So, if you build it ice helm, like here, and all the way up to wherever the roof is, you'll be completely fine because you're not above the dig site, you're in the dig site. If you build here, then you won't get Cloutium because you're not in the dig site, you're above it. So this is above and that is down. So you got to think like you're digging this way and not that way. Imagine this is ground floor and the further back you go is the further down you would go on a normal plot of land. So if you want a floating drill, then you would put your drills out here, you won't get Cloutium. You put your drills in there, you'll get Cloutium. That's how it works. Yeah, but on here you'll be fine because you'll be in the dig site. That's what I mean. It's like digging, like, so the way that this works is that you're working at, I need a concrete block. It's because I'm in creative mode. Right. Fuck it. TNT. Right. So, as you can see, if we are now in the plot of land, right? We're on tier 1 soil. So, if you were to build a drill in the air, you're still in tier 1 soil because you're in the plot of land. If you build if you build above ground floor on a normal plot, like here, then you're above ground floor. So this wouldn't get Cloutium, but this bit would. Does that make sense? I'm pretty sure that's literally how it's working. Yes. Exactly. It's where the thumper gets you dirt. So because this is above ground floor, you won't get Cloutium from here, but you'll get Cloutium from here. Is the dirt chunk size implemented yet? Dirt chunks are implemented by depth. So the deep, I haven't seen dirt chunks like a lot of the conveyor belts. I don't think the size has changed, but there might just be something that's coming in the future. So yeah, this bit you won't get dirt, you won't get Cloutium. This bit you will. Cloutium, well, Cloutium, no Cloutium, Cloutium, no Cloutium. No. Right, so the tier 1 drill. Right. That's TNT. That's not what I wanted. Okay, so this thumper here, this is the bit that you will get dirt from. You'll be alright. Yeah. Basically, my funnel that I'm building... let me just get out of here first, because I don't like being in ice helm. It's not like YouTuber friendly. I'm not a big fan of it. Let me just go, and then I will show you my build, because yeah, unfortunately my build won't get Cloutium, which is a bit of a shame, but that's the risks you run when you build as big as I do. Doing good, James, doing good. Let me just get out of here. I'm said there are no games like Firefall. I don't think I've played Firefall. But you're not leaving without me. Right, where to put my hat? There's my hat. So let me just go back here. and then we'll fly over the new this is going to confuse me until we know what it is, but I want to know what this is. But I mean, this is it looks like a mining place, and that is direct quarry, so yeah. Where does unstuck take you from Ice Helm? I think it spawns you at the top of Ice Helm. So, and most of you know, if you've been in my streams before, and you've been in like some video and bits and pieces, you would have seen what I'm just about to show you. But this is something that, yes, this build, when it loads eventually, will not get me Cloutium because of where my drills are. This will not get me Cloutium. This is a work in progress, and it's an absolute arsehole. Basically. I will figure it out as I go. So there we go. But yeah, it's all good. How do you lower yourself while flying? Hold down C. But yeah, this is when this gets finished eventually, I'll run it. We'll see how things go. But for the time being, because I've been busy, it's been hard to keep going. Is there any website I can need for the new patch notes? No, so what you do is you'll see them all, don't worry. But yeah, so what I'm currently doing with this, it's a little bit stuttery, but what I'm doing is I'm building channels. So when the dirt falls, because what will happen is the drills start here, and all the dirt will fall down into these pits, and the pits basically run under windows, which then head towards here. I haven't got a lot more to do to get one side done. This is one side, so I just need to keep putting these in and then layer it with drills. But yeah, it's taking its time. I mean, I normally do like an hour or two every now and then, but the lag on it is just, it's painful, but we're getting there. Slowly but surely though, slowly but surely. Did we get a date? You'll probably see it, I reckon. Honestly, after testing, it probably takes like a day or two after, so you might see this patch end of the week, maybe. I would say probably more next week, because currently it's running through like public. So if any problems come up, Max fixes them straight away, basically. You won't be able to see the new patch notes on Steam, not yet. But yeah, it's very soon. Let's put it that way. Travis, at the end of the day, man, it's just that's the joy in it. People make their own advice up and go from there, and it's all good. But yeah, so at some point I will get this finished as well, but it's taking its time. What is the flying frog of the monstrosity? Such dedication. Yeah, I will get it running at some point. So yeah, if this has helped you sort of like look into what's about to happen onto Hydroneer in the next sort of week or two, I reckon it'll be in the next week. Me personally, I've been through enough test benches to see how fast Max and the team work on this now, and with the new save implementation that went through to 2.0, things get fixed really quickly. So I'm expecting this to come out in the next week, and then yeah, everyone will be on it. But yeah, I've got a couple of things to do. I've got videos to make now because of this new test branch, and yeah, genuinely it's looking more and more brighter when things get fixed like this, and it's like, just nice. I gotta be honest, it's nice that I can run 240 drills with not a lot of problems anymore. So yeah, so I want to say thank you very much for kicking butt. I know it's been like an hour. We went through all the new stuff, went through the patch notes, and you'll probably see this update in the next week, pretty much. But yeah, I'll catch you all in another one. If you want to tag a bye to my stream workshop, and we do like bits and pieces on a Saturday where I actually build stuff, answer your questions and everything else, head over there, hit the like, subscribe, notification button below for all other updates, and I'll be back here with a brand new video, live stream, or whatever else I do on this channel. Yeah, but whenever you give advice, I take seriously. Yeah, there you go. But thank you very much for everyone being here. It's awesome. Enjoy your Hydroneer, and I'll see you all on Saturday. I want to say peace out, have fun, enjoy everything you guys do. It's been awesome to have this chat, and I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye for now.